One claim I hear constantly made, but rarely backed by any evidence, is that the recent resurgence of the modern flat Earth movement was actually a planned government psychological operation.
Yes, that's Eric Debay, and I'm sorry, I will have a look at one of his videos today, and it's really stupid. As you see, I'm back from Ukraine, and today we will have a look at some stupidity. I have been away for 2 weeks almost from YouTube and have looked for new flat earth material. But it's hard. The flat earthers are on repeat. But I will look at some nonsense today. The first video is the one you did see at the start. Eric Debay making a fool of himself.
One claim I hear constantly made, but rarely backed by any evidence, is that the recent resurgence of the modern flat Earth movement was actually a planned government psychological operation.
What? I have never heard anybody say that. This must be only in Eric Debay's fantasies.
Proponents of this conspiracy theory note that before November 2014, a Google search for flat Earth brought back less than 100 results. Yet by 2016, the results had suspiciously and inexplicably jumped into the millions. They suggest that the CIA funded and directed this psyop by disseminating propaganda through their main undercover asset, who started this entire movement with his viral videos and popular books nearly 10 years ago. Me.
Now I get it. This is all about Eric Debay don't getting the attention he wants. Eric have not started this flat earth nonsense, and no sane person believes he's a CIA agent.
There are in fact many more even wilder theories created about me, which I've detailed and debunked in a video called Eric Debay, Exposed or Not. I invite everyone to please watch this video for themselves, but suffice to say, I have never worked for the CIA or any government. I'm not a member of the Freemasons or any secret society, and every book I have written and video I have made has come directly from myself and my research.
I have already watched that video, Eric, and it's stupid, plain stupid. And regarding research, Eric Debay have never done any proper research.
The idea that flat Earth could be a government psyop is simply a knee-jerk reaction to seeing what Wikipedia claims is, quote, an archaic and unscientific depiction of the world, having an unexpected and inexplicable renaissance in modern times.
The last part of that sentence is not on the Wikipedia page about flat Earth, and nothing on that page is suggesting that it's government controlled in any way, shape or form.
The vocal objectors making these spurious statements have absolutely no basis or evidence behind their claims, and instead argue from incredulity. After only briefly looking into the matter, still hyped up on confirmation bias and dizzy from cognitive dissonance, they insist that the rise of flat earthers must be the result of society's declining intelligence, or an intentional propaganda campaign to dumb us all down.
In reality, it's the other way around. That type of argument you hear from flat earthers about us, who you call globers.
In their snarky assumptions, rarely do such ball believers consider the possibility that they themselves have been dumbed down, or that the heliocentric globe model they defend is the government psyop.
And there Eric just confirmed what I just said.
NASA's budget for 2024 alone is $27.2 billion, coming directly from the pockets of tax-paying Americans. That is over $75 million every single day the population is forced to pay the government. Now, with the European, Russian, Canadian, Chinese, Japanese, Indian, and other space agencies forming around the world, these organizations are raking in tens of billions of dollars annually, all in exchange for occasional CGI pictures, fisheye lens videos, and some space camp alumni clapping in a control room.
NASA's budget is 0.5% of the US budget. The military budget in US is more than 35 times bigger. And if you look at other countries, the one I live in, for instance, Sweden, the budget for space is $30 million, which is $7 per citizen and year.
Never once have I heard a globe gobbler bat an eye at these staggering statistics, yet every day I get messages from them claiming I must be a charlatan doing this for the money.
I don't know if Eric is in it for the money, but it's a liar. He's spreading bullshit and have no evidence for any of his claims.
In other words, they overlook the overwhelming evidence of fraud and billions of dollars governments make around the world pushing the globe lie.
I understand that Eric have a big problem with numbers. 0.5% of the US budget sounds like a lot according to Eric the Bay. And if you look at the Swedish numbers, $70 million is nothing. So in what way do they make a lot of money on this so-called globe lie?
To instead point fingers at an independent author who gives all his books away for free and endures endless ridicule and constant censorship just for saying something contrary to the government.
I make videos about Eric the Bay to show the stupidity he spreads on his channel.
If the question of qui bono, who benefits, is asked of both NASA and myself, it's obvious that one party actually does work for the government, making tens of billions per year, while the other is a self-published author, barely breaking the poverty line.
Tomlin, oh dear, he compared himself with NASA. And it's correct, if you pay the taxes, Eric, 0.5% of those money would go to NASA. But because you're poor, I assume you don't pay any tax at all.
The reality is that Flat Earth is simply an idea whose time has come. The truth is, Earth is indeed an extended level plane, and that is why the Flat Earth movement has grown exponentially and refuses to go away.
What Flat Earth movement? The few flat earthers out there can't agree on the most basic things regarding their so-called model. And growing. Why do I have big problems finding new material to debunk? It's not growing, Eric.
Sphere supporters have been blinded by generations of pseudoscience masquerading as infallible facts. They themselves have fallen for an actual government psyop, and rather than recognizing that reality, are projecting their problem onto flat earthers. Instead of acknowledging the possibility that they are the ones who've been duped, planet pushers create all manner of unfounded conspiracy theories about modern flat earthers and why we exist. It's quite ironic, actually, that people so unwilling to consider that they might have been duped by a government psyop are so willing to accuse others of the very same thing.
Still, flat earth fools like Eric can't present any evidence at all for their so-called model. They can't present any evidence for the conspiracy hiding flat earth and so on. This video from Eric was a desperate attempt to be relevant, because a majority of the people in this world never will believe in those flat earth fantasies. Let's have a quick look at two other well-known flat earthers and their latest videos. We will start with Taboo Conspiracy. This is a short part of Taboo's latest video.
No, some major update now happening. Major update. So let me tell you about how I happened upon this story. There was just an article that was published in the Daily Mail. Here is the headline. The proof France's first lady wasn't born a man. What? I was going, what? So I, of course, instantly read it, because what a bizarre thing that you're even needing to present proof that Brigitte Macron was not born a man. And embedded within the article, they showed two photos that I'm going to show you right now. This is the first photo. This is allegedly Brigitte Macron when she was a little girl sitting on her mom's lap. But when I saw this photo, the first thing I noticed was that the person on the far left, the boy, that actually looks like Brigitte Macron. I'm taking you guys through my thought process. I saw this photo, I was like, that actually looks like she might actually be the guy. Maybe she's a dead ringer for her brother, but I don't see any resemblance there with the little girl. They show the second photo, debunking, another young photo allegedly of Brigitte Macron. What I thought when I looked at this photo, that this looks way too new to be a photo of a 70-year-old when they were a child. Now, again, these are my thought processes. When I then read the article, there was no debunking whatsoever. They just were calling people that were saying otherwise far right, all the typical buzzwords, far right, conspiracy theorists, racist, sexist, it's homophobic, it's anti-Semitism.
A video from a nutcase that thinks that she can prove that the first lady in France is in reality a man. Oh dear. Let's move on to David Wise's latest video. The real clown is David Wise, that don't even understand the model he tries to debunk. Eric Debay, he's also a big clown. And of course, Taboo Conspiracy is also a big fool. All of them have the same problem as the rest of the flurfs. They have no evidence for any of their claims, they can't agree on anything, and they are repeating the same garbage all the time. And Taboo's video is evidence of another thing. They love all silly conspiracies that's out there. So it's very hard to find good flat earth material to debunk. If you have any, please contact me, leave a comment in the comment section so I can do proper debunks of flat earth silliness. Thank you everybody helping me, helping Ukraine. It was a rough ride to visit Ukraine this time. I was away for almost 10 days and to be honest it was hard. I delivered a lot of parts for making drones and I will go back soon again, so every money earned on this channel will go for this, and if you want to help really fast, please use PayPal. They need all their help they can get. I hope you like this video. I don't know when I have time for the next video, but it will come. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye.